That's Congressman Ron Paul from Texas, who is running for president. He was in Vancouver on February 16th to an overflow crowd at the Vancouver Hilton. That's Josh Romney, son of former Massachusetts governor and presidential candidate Mitt Romney. He also was in Vancouver on Monday, February 20th, at the Heathman Lodge to rally supporters to organize for the Washington State March 3rd caucus. In years past, the state of Washington has held both a caucus for each political party and a primary during the same election season, but that's changing. Last year, Governor Gregoire canceled the 2012 presidential primary by amending an existing law, and she signed the new law on May 13, 2011. So Democrats and Republicans, if you're expecting a primary ballot this election season, don't hold your breath. You will not be receiving one. So what does a civic-minded citizen do now? Well, you go to caucus. What's that? Put simply, it's the most grassroots you can get in American politics. A caucus is a meeting of supporters or members of a political party or movement, and it's divided by voting precincts. A caucus is a cluster of precincts in a geographical area. For example, in Camas, there are 23 precincts that comprise the 15th and 18th legislative districts. Each precinct has a committee officer who operates their section of the caucus. If a PCO has an inclination to one candidate, he or she will organize their precinct to get the most supporters for that particular candidate. It's about organization, period. Supporters of a particular candidate can overwhelm a caucus. Precinct members cluster in groups for their preferred candidate, and a spokesman for each candidate makes his case and tries to persuade fellow precinct caucus voters. At the end of debate, each member in attendance casts his or her ballot for a chosen candidate. The ballots from each precinct are tallied and given to the caucus coordinator, who tallies all precincts. All of that data then goes to the party, and those delegates are decided at that night go to the county convention and on to the state convention. So that's why Romney and Paul came to town, and that's why we'll likely see others next week as the March 3rd caucus comes.
As much as he possibly can. I know he's on talk radio almost every day, depending on the outlet. He does a lot of local stuff, talks to a lot of local reporters. I think that's really important. But I think he's going to continue to try and get out and talk about his message and his plan for America as much as possible.
Are there plans to get on the bigger syndicated shows?
I have no idea. I don't get into the inside intel on campaign strategy. I get to be out on the road talking about my dad, so I don't know any the exact specifics. But I do know he is on the radio as much as he possibly can be.